Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's now, before we do some examples related to basic counting principle, let me define some other concept, that is generalized counting principle. Okay, so what is generalized counting principle? Previously in the basic counting principle, of course, of multiplication, we saw that we were performing only two tasks, or we were performing only two experiments. So now consider we are performing now n tasks. Let's say this is task 1, or you can say that this is experiment 1. So task 1 or experiment 1, same thing. And then you perform task 2, or you can say that experiment 2. So either you will use this language or this language. Task 3, or maybe you can call this experiment 3. Keep on, let's say you are then performing task n, and then, or you can say that experiment n, yeah, nth experiment. You can say this is nth task, and you can say this is nth experiment. You can also say that. So previously you were just doing task 1 followed by the task 2. Now you will do what? You will perform task 1 followed by task 2, it will be followed by task 3, then task 3 will be followed by task 4 till task n. Or you can say that you will perform experiment 1 followed by experiment 2, then experiment 3, and this. Further assume that there are, let's say, suppose task 1 are can be performed in m1 ways, or you can say that experiment 1 has m1 possible outcomes, and then suppose task 2 has m2, or task 2 can be performed in m2 ways, or you can say that experiment 2 can be performed in m2 ways. Similarly m3, blah blah blah, this one is mn. Then doing all of these tasks together, or performing all of these experiments together, we can conclude that there are m1 multiplied by m2 multiplied by m3, blah blah blah, mn. This much possible outcomes are there if you are performing all of these together. Or you can say that all of these if you are performing all of these tasks together, then you have this much, you can perform this much in this much ways, like m1 multiplied by m2, m3, m4 till mn ways. uh, for example, let's in particular talk about, let's say that task 1 can be performed in 3 ways, and this one can be performed in 2 ways, and this one can be performed in, let's say, 5 ways. So in how many ways these 3 tasks can be performed is just multiplication of these 3. 3 to the 6, 5 the 30. So in 30 number of ways you can perform these tasks together. Or if you are using the language of experiments, and experiment 1 has 3 outcomes, experiment 2 has 5 outcomes, and experiment 3 has 2 and 5 outcomes, then if you are performing them all of three experiments together, then together you have 30 possible outcomes. Let's do some interesting examples related to this generalized counting principle, as well as the basic counting principle, which you will see in the next video.